I'm Jessica, and along with my family, we own and run Harmony Harvest Flower Farm in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, where we grow hundreds of varieties of specialty cut flowers and ship them nationwide to floral enthusiasts like yourself. I want to take a minute today and show you how to properly receive your flowers that have shipped from us. Yay! Thank you! So the first thing you're going to want to do is to pull your flowers out of the box. Maybe you've received a Farmer's Fresh box, maybe you've received a bouquet box, maybe you got a collection. You're probably going to have a larger box from us. You want to take out your pre-rolled bunches of flowers. You will notice that we have them wrapped in newsprint. This is to help hold the flowers safely in transit and also to help protect with humidity issues. So you'll want to remove them from the paper. The paper is recyclable and we highly encourage that. I'm opening up a Farmer's Choice collection here. Typically these will ship with 3 different mixed bunches and bundles in the box. When you open them up, you will see that they are in a bag that you can probably still feel moisture in the bottom of, and they have a foam wrap inside the bag around the bottom of the stems. This is just to help add extra water to the flowers while they're in transit. You will want to unband them, unbag them, make sure you're working in an area where you can have water. It might get a little sloppy. Unbag and unband the bottoms like so. These foam wraps and bags can be reused. If you are transporting flowers, they're a great thing to use. If you are doing design, you can actually still use those in some design techniques to get away from foam. So I wouldn't throw them out. Find other uses for these. The next thing you're going to want to do is to let them breathe. They've been shipping very tightly together. So lay out your flowers. I like to break them down then by the types of blooms that I have here. So I pulled some peonies out and I am going to give them a fresh cut on the bottom and then fill up my water that has flower food in it. This is included in our Farmer's Choice in the little content bags that you'll find taped to the top. So you'll want to include that in your water. Fill up a vase with ample amounts of water, so not just a little inch on the bottom, and get your blooms right into a vase, okay? So I'm cutting over top of a trash can to try to minimize my trash, and I'm trying to give them, I'm gonna show you here, a very sharp, clean, and diagonal cut, okay? The reason we wanna give a sharp, clean, diagonal cut is to maximize the surface area that the flower can take water up through. And imagine drinking out of a straw. If you give a blunt cut, it can actually create a seal on the bottom of your vase and prevent it from taking up the water. So here I have now processed these peonies. You'll see they're real tight. Oh man, are they gonna open? They absolutely are gonna open. The point that we do this for is so that you get maximum life out of them. Now some flowers open faster than others. Another good tip on that is to keep them in different containers by variety, and you can slow that down or speed that up. You can speed it up with heat and light. So warm water, bright sunshine. You can slow that down with cooler water and cooler temperatures. Mind you, I never said freezing. So make sure you're mindful of the climate that you are operating in, and that way you can kind of finesse a little bit of when those flowers are at their absolute prime. So I am now trimming down some really beautiful stems of stock. This is a gorgeous flower, but definitely benefits from being given a chance to breathe. So don't overcrowd them in your vase when you're giving them a chance to refresh. Now on that note, I'm gonna try to do this so that I'm not blocking my face. Keep in mind that these flowers have sat in transit for a while. We do ship priority overnight, but that still leaves 24 hours for them to leave us and get to you. And just like us, flowers can get a little jet lag in transit. Therefore, you're gonna want to give your flowers a good 12 to 24 hours after you've gotten them into water to rest so that they can come back a little bit from that cramped box that they were traveling to you in and show you their true beauty. So while I might be very tempted to start playing immediately with these, I highly suggest that you set them aside and give them a chance to really wake up before you start your designing. That might mean that you want to get your flowers in a little earlier than expected if you have a deadline for when you want to be using them. Oh man, look at these gorgeous poppies and some of those last bunches of ranunculus. So just like before, we're gonna remove the hydrating pack and the foam and the bag and all of the good bits at the bottom so that we can separate these out and trim them. These are just gorgeous. The ranunculus, you will notice, tend to open up a little quicker than some of our other flowers do, so you'll get to fully enjoy those maybe a little bit earlier than some of the other later bloomers to the party. And don't forget to add water to all of your vases. So I'll set these here, and then I want to show you our magical poppies. When we ship poppies, you may receive them a few different ways. You may find that some are already open, some are shedding their little caps, and some of them feel a little bit more closed. All of these are okay. In fact, these guys that don't have their helmets to protect them in the ride, they probably popped them off in transit. That will happen as they start to warm up. So we'll give them a fresh cut and we'll stick them in a vase, okay? Give your poppies a moment to breathe and relax. And if you need to speed up them popping off their helmets, again, warm water is going to be your best friend. But boy, they have some really fun swirly stems. And when they do break out of that, you'll be so shocked at how big of a flower can come out of such a small pod. Now I'm using my standard snips to trim the ends, but feel free to use a sharp pair of scissors. The more important aspect of that is to have really clean and sterile equipment to work with, because we don't want to be spreading any bacteria from one stem to another. Aren't those just the coolest? They're one of our favorites on the farm. And unfortunately, seasonal flowers mean that they're just that, seasonal and fleeting. So if you see anything here that you absolutely love, please make sure you order now, because Mother Nature decides when she turns them on and off. So we've gone through 2 of our bunches, and the last ones we have here are some beautiful filler flowers that are really going to set off the other blooms that were included. These will be processed much like the other blooms, where we'll remove the foam and the bag and the banding at the bottom and get them directly into some fresh water. Now we guarantee that our Farmer's Choice collection has at minimum 50 stems, but the products that are included are a variety at my choosing, and I love to give you lots of fun things to be super creative about. Aren't the bachelor buttons so cool? I love using the greens as well. And again, you'll see some are open and some are real closed. These will continue to open as well. So the whole point of this is to continue to be engaged with your flowers. You can probably get a few different arrangements out of the Farmer's Choice collection, pulling some of our more prime guys to use soon, and maybe saving some of these that haven't even opened up yet for a later project or arrangement. So again, we give fresh cuts to the bottoms of our stems and get them directly into water with a little bit of flower food in it. I'm gonna set these to the side for right now. Aren't our daisies beautiful? Again, you'll notice the same thing. There may be a few stems that look a little sad. Do not consider it as wilted just yet. They can have a little bit of a rough time in transit, and again, I think you'll be very shocked to see what just 12 to 24 hours looks like on these flowers after they've given a chance to kind of come back to to life. That's a little bit of tips and tricks on how you can maximize the success of your flowers when you're getting custom flowers in boxes from us. We hope that you keep checking back with Harmony Harvest Farm, and be sure to visit hhfshop.com to get all of the flower goodies delivered to you.